People often ask me the difference between the words victim and survivor, and why I choose to identify myself as a survivor. To me, a victim is someone that is still living with or in a domestic violence relationship. They are not yet physically or emotionally away from their abuser, and are therefore still at risk for further abuse and victimization. A survivor, on the other hand, is someone that has made it out of an abusive situation alive. Even though my abuser continues to threaten me, and I'm not likely truly safe yet, I still choose to identify as a survivor because I'm no longer actively involved in a relationship with my abuser. Also, for me, survivor is a much more empowering word that I can take pride in. Since I have become more actively involved with Break the Silence, I have been truly amazed at how many people that I know or have met have shared that they are also survivors of abuse. Many people have told me that they have never been comfortable talking about their experiences or identifying themselves as survivors because of the stigma associated with it. The problem is that if we don't talk about our experiences with domestic violence for whatever reason, we are reinforcing that stigma to other victims and survivors. Standing up, identifying ourselves as survivors, and speaking out about domestic violence is what Breaking the Silence is all about. Once we're able to, we must talk about our experiences to empower other victims and survivors, as well as to educate others on the red flags and warning signs of abusive individuals' relationships. And Joanna mentioned some of those also. Please know that as a victim or survivor of domestic violence is not something you should be ashamed of. Despite what your abuser may have told you time and time again, you did not do anything to cause, provoke, or deserve the abuse. You couldn't have tried harder, worked harder, looked prettier, been thinner, kept the house cleaner, or done any absurd thing that your abuser used as an excuse to harm you. You're not stupid, weak, crazy, or worthless. You're a person of worth that found themselves in a relationship with someone that mistreated and manipulated you. You likely stayed longer than you should have because you bought into what seemed like sincere apologies and promises to change, like so many of us have. I have found that by looking at everything I've been through and treating it as a learning experience to prepare me for the future, it's much easier for me to let go of feelings of anger and guilt. The guilt that I would have at myself for not leaving sooner. If I were to sit and second guess myself and stew in the misery of what I could have or should have done, I would never be able to move forward in my life. If you're going through a hard time now, things will get better. Healing takes time, and many survivors report that although they are never the same person that they were before the abuse, they are much happier and are eventually able to have healthy relationships after an abusive relationship. Many of us are left with trust issues, nightmares, sadness, and anger that we will have to work through. You must take care of yourself in order to heal. That means sleeping well, eating well, exercising, doing things that bring peace and happiness and joy into your life. Whether it's listening to music, taking a bath, reading, spending time with friends. If you find yourself often feeling hopeless or depressed, please seek counseling or speak with your doctor. In closing, know that although it may feel like it, you're not alone. There are thousands upon thousands of victims and survivors of domestic violence. Our personal experiences may vary, but we have many common threads. There are many online resources and organizations like Break the Silence, as well as community agencies like Safe House and First Step that are available to help you. And I think we had a list that we'll be putting up on the screen. Thank you all so much for coming. It really, really means the world to me that you're here. And